Jimmy James.
Morning, boys.
How are you, Jimmy James?
Hey, just continuing our quote-unquote sports break, I wanted to call and see if Jimmy was nursing a nasty thumb blister from flipping between the World Series and Ozzy on Raw last night.
I didn't watch Raw, and I was doing a set last night, so I didn't. I was 6-2 in the World Series because I was taping Red Eye, so they were losing badly while I was taping. And then I went down to the Comedy Cellar for a little while. I stopped in and. By the time I got home, it was like still 6-2, and I didn't watch anymore.
You missed a good Raw. It was quite entertaining. Ozzy was in his glory.
Where'd they tape it?
It was in Worcester, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Worcester, Massachusetts.
Wow. At one point, they had Hornswoggle, the midget, come out dressed as Jack Osbourne.
Oh.
Okay. Apparently, it sounds funnier than it was. Okay. It was actually quite entertaining. Ozzy had you could tell he was enjoying himself.
All right.
Well, where's Sam? Sam fucking loses his shit.
Where's Sam?
Did Sharon and Ozzy do a good job on Raw or not?
Dude, come
Sharon's
on.
coming in here today, by the way.
Let's assume no.
I would not make that assumption.
I'm going to assume no.
I would make just the opposite assumption.
Would you?
I certainly would.
I would say it was probably very douche-chillish.
Sam, how bad was it?
Douche-chillery.
How bad was it?
Well, they did the big intro. They played Crazy Train. And then and he introed some of the matches. They did a thing where Ozzy and Sharon didn't really know what was going on, so Triple H and Shawn Michaels were whispering into their ears what matches Triple H and Shawn Michaels wanted. Then
Sam, that's way too inside. Keep it very basic.
It's like, what?
Yeah, keep it very basic. I could care less about that stuff.
Just, did they look like complete and total assholes?
they did a skit.
A skit?
Yeah.
Oh.
What kind of skit did Sharon and Ozzy do?
Well, you know how Sharon's a judge on America's Got Talent?
Yes, a show I watch.
Sharon and Ozzy were the judges of Raw Has Got Talent.
Raw Has Got Talent?
Raw Has Got Talent.
Raw Has Got Talent.
Yeah.
I like it.
Turns out they don't.
Turns out they don't.
All right. Well, let's listen to the first clip here. Ozzy welcomes the crowd to Raw.
Monday Night Raw is live tonight in Worcester. Hey, and we're in for a wild ride aboard the Crazy Train. Michael, it's Ozzy Osbourne. It's what Sharon.
Oh, no.
Welcome to Monday Night Raw. All aboard! All aboard indeed.
That was the cartoon laugh. The fucking dog. What was his name?
Muttley?
Muttley. Thank you, Anthony. Muttley. We have Muttley on the phone.
Oh, no.
So you like that, Jimmy James?
All right, a lot of people are asking Jim Norton here, okay, do you consider this a sellout?
No. Hosting no.
All right.
Why would it be?
A lot of people are asking, that's all. I didn't imply.
No, it would be a sellout if Ozzy had railed against Raw for years or wrestling, saying it was shit, and then they offered him money, and then he did it. But no, what's wrong with posting stuff? They don't take themselves that seriously. What's wrong with it?
Okay.
He was pushing his new book.
Yeah.
He's got a book coming out in January.
Right. No, I know. I started reading it.
Did they lip sync his laugh?
No, that was real.
I don't think
Wow.
that doesn't sound like that was live at all. Actually, last.
All right. Well, Ozzy, Sharon, and the great Khali.
Khali, the
Khali,
great
whatever.
Khali. He was the third judge.
Judge Raw's Got Talent. Guerrero and Jillian performed "Close My Eyes Forever."
What?
Sharon Ozzy, I am such a huge fan!
She is. She's a fan.
When I heard Chavo was going to be singing an Ozzy song, I insisted that we do a duet. The one with Ozzy and Lita Ford.
She did.
Close My Eyes Forever. So are you guys ready to rock?
I'll call you ready to
rock? And we're going to kill it. All right. All right.
I'm going to retitle that song and call it Close My Ears Forever.
I get it.
What are they doing, Sam?
Well, see, Jillian
This show sucks.
No, Jillian's gimmick is that she's a pop singer. But she can't sing well.
Uh huh.
So in this case, it was a perfect fit that she would come out and be the one to sing.
Perfect fit.
Because she thinks she can sing well, but then Sharon gave the old no-go on that one, the old buzzaroonie.
The old buzzaroonie.
Yeah.
Jimmy James, what do you think of that?
I pretty much, the silence said it all.
We have one more clip, Ant.
Oh, great.
That's it. We can't do too many more of these.
You should look at the video while you're...
That's all right. I don't need to
you
see
got to
it.
see...
No, it's okay.
Sharon, you have always been jealous of Lita Ford.
You're jealous.
And Ozzy, I'm not even a fan of yours.
She's not a fan.
Hey, you little cow, get over here. I just said that. Get out of here. There's opportunity. But you know what, right now? Come on, Tommy, that's in my face. I'm a real rock icon.
That's right, baby. Sing it.
Miss Britney Spears.
Yeah, sing it. Sing
I
it.
think I did it again. I made you believe we're more than just friends.
What am I listening to?
Oh, baby, it might seem like a crush. Baby,
What am I listening to?
You think it was that bad?
No. You need to control your wife, Ozzy. You need to control your wife.
Me, you can try and do it. I can't.
Sharon slapped Jillian in the face.
Uh-huh.
And, well, it ends with Hornswoggle the leopard.
You could just leave it with it ends,
It
and I
ends.
was
No.
happy.
You should know. It ends with Hornswoggle the leprechaun coming out dressed as Jack Osbourne.
Well, that's crazy. Why is there a whole table and
I told you it's a skit.
it's a skit?
They're redoing America's Got Talent.
America's Got Talent, right?
Just so.
What?
With
Was
the
this
X's and all.
spontaneous?
Couldn't be. There was a test there.
Exactly.
No,
Big set, everything.
this was a planned skit.
Can I ask, what was Ozzy and or Sharon plugging that they would bring themselves to this level? Was it the show, the TV show?
Ozzy's book.
Oh, okay. I knew there's always something when somebody is a guest on WWE.
Well, they got to have something to promote.
Why can't they just show up for the fun of it?
Maybe they will in the future. Maybe it's just coincidence.
They'll
I
never
doubt
be
it.
back.
In order,
Why
in
would
order
they
to-
ever come back?
You have to trade your dignity for something. You can't just give your dignity away. You got to trade.
Why promote the book 2 months out, though? It's weird. If it's not coming out till January.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, Jimmy James, thanks for the heads up on that.
Thank you, boys.
All right, brother. Let's go to Frank in Pennsylvania. Frank.
Yeah, first, Jimmy, if you're not embarrassed to be a fan of this guy after that, I don't know what to tell you, buddy.
What do you mean, wrestling?
No, not wrestling. Ozzy Osbourne and the shillery and selloutness of just doing
Stop it, dude.
garbage.
Don't be a douchebag.
Whatever.
Why? No. Why? I don't understand. I'm not even defending Ozzy. I'm saying, why is that a sellout for a guy to do something on a platform like that? That's silly. Like, what's the problem?
The problem is that it's embarrassing. Just like that bogus variety show they tried to do that bombed. It's embarrassing, Jimmy. Look where he came from and look where he is now.
Yes, the Osbournes changed television, you dope. It's a reality show that changed fucking television.
Okay, so they had a hit with the reality show. Why don't you just call it a day and stop?
No, wait a minute. No, hold on. We're going to go down the road you want to go down. You want to say that they're sellouts for doing something because they had a variety show that didn't do well? Meanwhile, they changed television with the reality show. Now, you're the same kind of idiot that would have called up and said, oh, they're sellouts. They're doing a reality show. Why would Ozzy show all that? But you know you can't say that or you'll look really stupid. So you have to give them that.
I wouldn't say that because I agree with you that, yeah, it revolutionized TV and reality TV. That's fine.
Okay, so they did.
Genre, Jimmy. So I agree with you in that respect. But once you're done and you have that hit, call it a day.
But wait a minute.
Have some self-respect.
She's hosting, hold on. No, she's hosting, Sharon's also doing America's Got Talent. That's also something you would say is a sellout move for the family. but it's a massive hit, and you can't say that. So what you do is you pick Monday Night Raw, which is a silly one-off that they do, and one variety show that didn't work. And all of a sudden they're sellouts? You fucking got nothing.
What I'm saying is stop while you got what you got.
Well, but you would have said that before they did the reality show, because he was already Ozzy Osbourne.
It wouldn't have needed to be said.
You would have said that before the reality show. Why do a reality show? You're already Ozzy. You sell it out.
It's a huge genre, Jimmy. Of course they're going to do it. A lot of people do it.
Oh!
That's fine.
Wait a minute. It's a huge genre, but Raw is not? Raw is not a huge place to promote a book? So I guess what's he supposed to do when he's got a book coming out? Not promote it? Because fucking pseudo-rebels like you don't think it's cool enough? Shut up.
Not go on a fucking embarrassing wrestling show and act like a fucking jerk-off.
How did he act like a jerk-off? He actually was pretty funny. What did he do that was so jerked off? They did a silly skit. What should he be a should he yell booze? Is that what your idea of a rocker is, you fucking 1985 cornball? He should have yelled booze. Shut up, stupid. Your fucking rock image. They're just people. They're goofballs like everybody else. Shut it.
You're pulling shit out of your ass.
No, I'm not. I've just destroyed you because you're a fucking cornball yelling sellout. You're the type of guy that would yell, homework sucks. Shut up.
You done barking?
No, I'm not done barking. I'll continue to bark.
Let someone else get a word in edgewise.
Make a fucking point, stupid. Everything you've said, I've shredded.
You haven't shredded a damn thing. The guy was an embarrassment on this show.
And I said, what was embarrassing? He actually had some funny lines. And you went into, he was on Raw. He was on Raw. Shut up.
No, that itself was embarrassing, angry dog.
Oh, it wasn't embarrassing, or it was?
Well, it's the same old dumb fucking old guy bit where he doesn't realize what's going on. Yeah, I get it. You fucking don't know. And you're hard to understand. I get it already.
I didn't catch any of that from this.
I did. Play it back and we'll hear it again.
But I didn't catch any of that from what we just heard. Everything he said was understood. I didn't catch any of that.
By your love of this man, that no matter what he touches is beautiful to you, and none of it's stupid.
No, what I don't do is I don't judge something called, that's not true. The reality show didn't work. The variety show. My problem is, like the Samsung commercials he does, people are like, that's a sellout. Why? It's guys like you who are not entertainers. You're fucking sideline watchers, and then you start calling what's a sellout.
So is your whole audience, Jim.
I'm not, but I'm saying is you're sitting there judging what a sellout is, stupid. That's my point. Is you're not in a position to judge what a sellout is because you're not in the position to know what it is because you don't do it.
The show, Jim.
What's
I'm
that?
The audience. So I'm the one who's the judge.
No, you're not, you dumb motherfucker. Because a person sells out themselves and their own ideals and morals, not according to what you think is a sellout. You blithering idiot.
Asshole, I'm not saying he's a sellout.
Yes, you are. You're saying that. Of course you said that. Now you're fucking backtracking. You're a liar.
Stupid. I'm not saying he's a sellout.
You just said that they were selling out. You're lying.
Dummy. Hey, dummy, let me finish the sentence.
Let you finish? Why, so you can lie again? You said they were selling out. Apologize for saying they were selling out.
I'm not going to apologize to you.
Then I'm not going to let you get a fucking word in because you're a liar.
Let me get a word. I'll fucking scream over.
Yeah, scream over like a fuck. That's what a woman does. You have no point, woman. Fucking flash your tits and say you're hot flashing, you fucking woman. Shut up. You're not going to out-yell me because I have a fucking mic in front of me, stupid. Yell into your shitty fucking Sprint cell phone until you get throat cancer like Babe Ruth. Yeah, I know, another throat cancer joke. Shut your fucking face. You said they were selling out. I fucking kicked your argument in the balls, and now you're going, I didn't say they were selling out. Yes, you did.
Done?
No, girl, I'm not done. What happened? What happened, fucking woman? Your fucking shouting strategy didn't work?
Sound like a bitch. I'm shouting, you're the one barking.
Oh, now you're stealing my lines? Now you're calling me a girl because I called you a girl? So you're a liar and a fucking concept thief. Shut up. Fucking open your veins in the tub, fucking Mr. 1985. I know what integrity is. Shut the fuck up.
What is Mr. 1985 is?
Of course you don't get it because you're dumb too. You're a fucking liar, you're a woman, and you're stupid. Perfect. You're like every broad. What's that?
Wall Street jokes?
I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you because you talked while I was talking. Rude. You also don't have phone skills.
All right, so he's not a sellout because he's selling a product, dummy. He's a sellout because he's making an asshole out of himself.
But he didn't make an asshole of himself. Dude, this is why...
He did.
I heard the lines... And if he made an ass out of himself, I don't think Ozzy is beyond admitting that he's made an ass out of himself. The man pissed on the Alamo. I don't think Ozzy is above going, you acted like an ass last night.
So controversial.
But the audio...
Right?
It's just something he did when he was drunk, dude. Just something he did when he was drunk. The point is, he'd be the first one to go, yeah, that was a real asshole thing to do. But let me finish, dude. The audio I heard from that little bit we played, him and his wife did a silly sketch on a silly show. Who gives a shit?
Because
That to me is not a sellout for any musician to do it.
For a book? You're going to go make a jerk of yourself for a fucking book?
Once again, a perfect sideline fucking attitude. You do, of course you do, you fucking promote a book, stupid. Of course you do.
You know what? You know how many different ways there are to promote a book? I'm not a...
Yes, and this is one of them. How many of them give you a TV audience like this, you dildo? Not many. You're obviously not a publicist, you fucking boob. Dude, he could have taken out an ad in the Star Ledger. Shut your fucking mouth.
Jerk off. Don't act like you know how to promote a book and you're fucking trying to explain it to me like I've written 10 of them.
I've written 2, and I'm telling you, so don't, thank you. Admit you haven't written 10, and that you're on the sidelines and you don't know what you're talking about. Thank you.
I'm on the sidelines, asshole. I'm the audience.
Yes, but then don't act like you know how to sell a book, because you're not an author. And you're not a book salesman. You're a jerk-off who thinks he knows what integrity is, and you don't. You're yelling into a cell phone for somebody who's being paid to yell into their microphone. I'm doing this for money. You're doing this for free because you're an ass.
Correct. You go on a wrestling show and promote your stupid book.
In a second, I would go on a wrestling show.
Did you?
Why wouldn't I? I'm not fucking big enough to have on Raw. I'm not famous enough to have on Raw. If they would have had me on Raw, I would have gone on in a second. But unfortunately, I'm not famous enough to do that.
And you would have done the same things, acting like a fucking dummy, made him fucking look like a jerk. You would have done the same things for your book.
Would I have acted fucking silly and taken part of a silly sketch to promote? Of course I would have. There's a difference between doing something that goes completely against everything you... Like Ozzy, for this, of course, you don't understand it, when he was touring with Motley Crue, came on stage in a dress and lifted his fucking dress over his head. This is not a guy who takes himself that seriously, and he never has been. And as a fan of that, I understand that. If he did certain things, like if he sold out his ideals, then I'd have a major problem with him.
Someone's saying this is actually Stephen King calling in right now.
The term sellout, it's like you better be ready to fucking defend that. Because Pearl Jam, people would say they sold out because what did they do? Like
Target commercial.
Yeah, I mean, this is the band that like, hey man, we don't go with the corporations, and then they go and they do a Target only release.
Mm-hmm. Frank, thank you for your phone call. We're gonna move on.
All right, see ya.
Let's say hi to Cody in Indiana. Cody, what's up?
Hi, Jimmy.
Hi, Cody.
Hi. I don't think that it was necessarily selling out because you're right. He didn't compromise any of what the things that he stands for.
Right.
I just think that what they had done, they couldn't have foreseen was going to be that corny. It was a good idea for them to do, but in hindsight just ended up being so corny that it ended up being a good publicity, but ended up being a bad business decision as far as like image-wise. But it wasn't necessarily Ozzy or Sharon that was stupid. It was the 2 fucking wrestling idiots that were stupid.
Well, if it's corny, I'll accept that. But again, to me, I'm not a wrestling fan. To me, the whole genre of wrestling is corny. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I don't enjoy any of it. So it's like, to me, anything to do with wrestling would be, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you have to look at where they are, too. It's not like they were sitting in front of Obama at the White House acting like assholes. They were on wrestling. Like,
which they were.
The publicity and the exposure that they got, I mean, ultimately the end justifies the means in this. Would it be something that if I was in their position I would do? It'd be hard to say because I don't know if it's really worth it to me to kind of be associated with 2 fucking off-singing idiots, but, you know.
But again, if you don't like wrestling and you don't want to be associated with wrestling, that's one thing. But them doing something silly like that, and like she's kind of, in a way, poking fun at the fucking show she does or parroting the show she does, like, to me, that's just so silly for people to go, that's just so, if you thought it was corny, all right, that's just a judgment call. I can't make that.
All right, Cody, let's go to Jimmy in Jersey. Jimmy!
Yes.
Oh, Jimmy.
Hello.
Hey, Jimmy.
Jimmy, I think you're trying to force your definition of selling out on everyone. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Ozzy's selling out, but Sharon had a fucking TV show. I mean, the cell phone commercials. I mean, that's not what Ozzy, whether it's against his ideals or not, it doesn't seem to be what he was always all about. I mean, the dude's
Why
a
is
rock
that?
star.
Why was
Why
he
is
not
that?
Meaning this is why I'm saying I'm trying to take people's, according to my definition of what selling out is.
Well, I think a lot of people.
How is that not what he was? I'm sorry, good.
All right, maybe not that. I think, but you're still trying to put your idea of what selling out is on others. Obviously, some people think that him doing a cell phone commercial is selling out.
Right.
I mean, that's their definition of it. You can't deny that he has done that. And whether it be him or not, obviously it's Sharon. I mean, he's still doing that.
Yes,
and it's kind of cheesy. It's kind of cheesy.
But people who said that, like, the Osbournes itself was selling out, we heard that argument back in 2001. And then when it became what it was, and people saw the honesty of it, and they have hindsight now with what other celebrities have tried to do, and how, wow, Ozzy and Sharon actually did a really honest reality show where there were no take twos, there was no re-saying something. This was just a guy being himself and being fucking funny. You can't say it's selling out, so now they have to, the phones are now, it's like, you can't win. That's what annoys me.
That wasn't selling out. That was one of the fucking best shows ever. I loved it. And so did everybody else. However, after that, they tried to build on that success by Ozzy's doing cell phone commercials.
So he's done a cell phone campaign since then. She's done America's Got Talent, which is one of the biggest shows on television. And okay, they did a variety show, which apparently wasn't good. I didn't see it. But so, like, where's this big steamroller down sellout hill happening? He did a cell phone campaign. So what?
What about Sharon's talk show?
Didn't work. But I mean, how?
Exactly. I mean, they just continue. They took the success of something that, yes, I agree. They completely changed reality TV by that show. They did. But then they took that and said, you know what? We made millions of dollars doing this. Let's try to cash in on something else. Let's throw Sharon on a talk show. Let's put Ozzy in a fucking infomercial for ShamWow. I mean, I don't know.
But dude, hold on. The thing is this: you have to understand. They come and offer you this stuff. You don't know the stuff they've turned down. It's almost like you don't think that they just were standing there with their fucking hats in their hand, going, "Talk show, okay, we'll do it." It's like, how do you know how many fucking things they came to these people with? You think that Ozzy and Sharon don't get offered other stuff? They say no. They probably say no to 90% of the things they get offered. And the fact that she accepted a talk show, well, anybody would accept a talk show after coming off the Osbournes. She did her cancer battle on fucking television, before reality people were really doing that.
All right. I've been listening to you for 10 years. I love you. I just think that if this was somebody else, you'd be singing a different tune.
Absolutely.
That's all I'm saying.
I honestly wouldn't do it if they were doing something honest and that was not selling out their ideals. I really wouldn't. I don't attack people for making money, man. I really don't. I don't think it's a sellout to make money or be more successful.
All right, let's
or
go to
get
Jeff.
yourself out there.
What's up, Jeff?
Hey, what's happening?
Hey,
Hi,
man.
Jeff.
How's it going, boys?
Hello.
I got to tell you, man, it's great. I just got home from England, hopped in the truck, click on the radio, and there's Jimmy going ballistic on something.
But I didn't want to go ballistic on the guy. I really didn't. Because as a comedian, I got called a sellout one time because I did MTV pilots. Like, you get that Opie and Anthony's show. You're going to get it when you do something different than according to what fans think you should be doing. And that's not, to me, a sellout is a guy. Like Linda Lovelace, to me, sold out porn because she does something and then comes out and goes, oh, that was terrible. It's a horrible bit. You know what I mean? That, to me, on that is a sellout in what you're doing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And, I mean, you know, it's the whole point of entertainment. And like you just said, Jimmy, you know, they're probably offered, you know, 99% of the stuff that they're offered, they're probably turning down. And who wouldn't jump at the opportunity? They were hot after their show, so they tried to go on further with it.
And a lot of Ozzy's demo is wrestling. If you're selling your book, you have to kind of go where your demographic is. And don't tell me that those maniacs wrestling fans, and I'm not even a wrestler, they're Ozzy fans. I mean, that's the fucking demo he's going for. It's the young white male demo. Those are the guys going to buy his books. I mean, what should he go on? Fucking Pete Diddy show if he has one? Or fucking, it doesn't make sense.
All right, let's continue. Just going down the line here, by the way. Kenny in Jersey, what do you got?
Kenny's the comedian around here.
It's actually Tony. I'm sorry. I have a bit of a hangover.
Oh.
All right, Tony.
But anyway, Opie, how are you? Jimmy,
Hey, what's up?
What's going on? You know, I think it's not about selling out to what the other fans are saying. It's more about going commercial. And by meaning, you know, starting a hot product or your own product and trying to, like, get more money from your fans is selling out. I don't necessarily think Ozzy is selling out in the fact that he's doing these skits or promoting a book. Maybe by doing the commercials, he's selling out a bit because he's, you know, now he's a product whore.
But what is he? A product tour is that he did a campaign for Samsung phones. Like, I'm not sure how that makes the guy a product tour when he became a spokesperson. They must have liked the campaign. They probably thought the campaign was funny or it was cool to do. He's a heavy metal guy who's like a legend in metal. A lot of people credit him with being one of the fucking founders of heavy metal, and he's poking fun at himself. He doesn't need the money. So it's obviously a campaign they agreed with and thought was kind of funny. So, like, where's the product whore part come in?
Well, because they made him look like a tool.
But how does that make him look like a... I got...
It was one thing if the guy would come out and be all about, hey, this is like, you know, like I use this as the coolest thing ever. But they made him look like he's retarded now because he did so many drugs for years and he can't even talk right.
Dude,
and I think, you know, it just made him look bad.
They're goofing on something. They're goofing on a perception. Like, I remember when the Osbournes was being pitched or done, they were having a press conference. And some reporter said, like, some remark he made about Ozzy not being intelligible or understandable. And Sharon snapped at him. She's like, that's my husband, you asshole. Like, a few years ago, she was really pissed off. And then I guess as it becomes this common thing, and everybody knows, like, yeah, fucking Ozzy is hard to understand sometimes, it's like it becomes easier to fucking poke fun at. You understand? I don't think that's making a tool out of yourself. And believe me, I don't think that Ozzy is above all. He's done songs I didn't like. There's been albums I liked a lot less than other albums. I don't think he's above criticism. The criticism people are giving, I don't get.
And nobody said he isn't. I think what a lot of people have, and what I've been listening to this morning, it just seems like sometimes you defend him a little more. Like, you're very quick to judge other people, but it's almost like no matter what Ozzy does, he can't do any wrong.
Well, that's what's called being a fan of somebody, but within reason. It doesn't mean I don't think necessarily the variety show. You know, but if the variety show would have been a hit, let's just say that it was a hit and a rating smash, and they did a whole season of them, people would be going, well, you know what, it worked. But because it didn't work, all of a sudden it was a sellout move. People tend to judge.
Sorry, Jimmy. I don't disagree just on a variety show. I don't disagree with you on there because, you know, even they're an artist or performers are trying something new. I give you credit for that. That's not selling out. I'm really referring to his commercialism of, you know, doing advertisements and trying to sell different products and things like that. Well, that's what I feel you're selling out.
Okay, a lot of people don't like being more commercial. All right, hey, look, if you feel that way, you feel that way. But I don't think look, if he was on TV, like the guy said, doing a ShamWow commercial. I mean, to me, there is a line of horrible. But that's not what's happening. And being the Samsung spokesman for probably fucking lots of dough, you'd be a dummy to turn that down. You're just selling a cell phone.
Well, but see, that's another question for you. Does he need the money? Like, if he doesn't need the money, why go out and become a spokesperson for Samsung for lots of dough?
Because you have kids and generations of kids coming after you. And why not? Like, why doesn't Bill Gates step down and he's got more money than any human being will ever need? I mean, it's like if it's something that you don't mind doing or that your product you kind of are comfortable doing the campaign with, why would you turn down millions of dollars? It doesn't make sense. He said in interviews, I like making dough. He'd be a dummy not to. Ozzy should have been, if the way he fucking abused himself, if life was fair, he would have died in the mid-70s, man. He fucking skated through. It's like he's alive. Why shouldn't he just go out and get whatever he can within, you know what I mean? I don't get why anybody would criticize that.
Again, not criticizing him. I'm just saying that, you know, from an outsider looking in, sometimes it looks like these people who have money or don't really need it, and I don't know his financial situation, but it just seems sometimes like, why do you do things like that? You know, again, from a commercial standpoint, you know, some people, they do commercials for products that they really believe in. I don't know about a Samsung phone or whatever, what is he, Sprint or whatever that was. It's something you really believe in, you know? It's a cell phone.
Well, it's a phone. Like, you know, look, I'm a recovering alcoholic, right? I do a commercial for beer. Be a lot of money, you bet I would.
Yeah, right.
All right, Kenny, thank you. Just going down the phones, because we can't get to everybody. If Ozzy went on SNL, would people still call him a sellout? Mike in Ohio, not a bad decision to go on a hugely popular weekly show to push a product. Ozzy isn't a sellout. This is from Rick in Maine, just trying to promote himself. Terry in Illinois, what was Ozzy promoting in the 70s when he was extremely popular? Eddie in Ohio, what part of marketing don't the other callers understand? Dustin in Texas, if half of these people got Ozzy's money to promote a cell phone, they'd go on TV and call their mother a whore. And I'd be willing to bet that again, we don't see the product offers that turned down, because I guarantee you there's been millions of dollars in no's to products that they didn't want to be a part of or campaigns that they didn't like. Let's go to Chris in Nashville. Chris!
Hey, guys.
Hey.
I think Ozzy has kind of, he's not really sold himself out. He's just so watered down, like Gene Simmons, especially with the World of Warcraft, the commercials like that, then the MasterCard or Visa commercial I saw. I like Ozzy, but it's just a little watered down now.
Well, maybe he's got a lot. People would accuse him of overexposure, but I like it for him because I was a fan in the fucking 80s, and like, he was always popular, but he certainly wasn't quote unquote as mainstream as he is now. But I like the fact that he's fucking getting recognition everywhere. It's like, I'm happy for him. I really am. It's like good, because I got sick and tired of seeing other bands everywhere. Like, I like to turn on the TV and fucking see Ozzy, the guy I like, as opposed to other fucking guys who I hated. So, yeah, if he's in a fucking video game because people like him, let him be in a video game.
Yeah. All right, appreciate it, guys.
Sure. Look, if the guy was doing tampon commercials, I'd understand people fucking...
Jeez, the phones won't let up. Greg in New Hampshire. Greg.
Hey, what's up, boys? Hey, Jim, your two biggest favorite stars, Gene Simmons and fucking Ozzy. Why do you defend these guys from the 70s who are non-relevant today and are just fucking money grubbing to the end of their lives? You're fucking retarded, Jim.
But do you really think that Ozzy is not relevant today, dude? Like, is that...
Yes, I think Ozzy has no relevance today, Jim.
So
fucking give me a break.
Hold on now. You don't think that the Oz... But this is just a silly call.
Ozzy? Are you fucking kidding me with Ozzy? You're fucking retarded.
But to say that he's not relevant, you just don't know what you're talking about. You know who's not really relevant today? If you wanted to say a guy like Robert Plant isn't that relevant today, because he's still doing pretty good music, but nobody really talks about Robert Plant in the mainstream. Ozzy, they do.
He won Grammys for his latest project.
Well, he's not
That's
being
mainstream.
He's not being offered endorsement.
Meaning he's not somebody that you just fucking everyone's rapping about it. Maybe that's a bad example, but there's plenty of people you could say aren't.
The album he made with Alison Krauss or whatever her name was huge with a lot of.
All right, so I'm wrong about
Grammys.
that, but you know what I'm saying. It's like, all right, whatever. But you know what I mean. There's plenty of people that aren't. But to say Ozzy isn't relevant is just silly because the guy they changed television, and you can't deny that. It's like, but people remember we were doing it fucking Eddie W. People were calling up, "You fucking sellout. What's he doing? Walking around without his shirt. Now he doesn't know how to use the remote. He's in it." And then all of a sudden people saw, oh wow, it's beautiful that a guy is not trying to be a rock star at home. The guy's got glasses on, and he goes on stage and does what he does, and just goes home, and his fucking wife bitches at him like every other person.
Yeah, well, I guess, wow.
Are we done?
I guess you're gonna
The phones
have to
are still lit.
Agree to disagree.
Oh, fuck it. I don't care how many of these stupid callers say that. Because I've been called a sellout for something when I did that MTV pilot. So it's, when people start saying, what's a sellout? It's like, fuck you.
Go fuck yourself.
Do you wish Ozzy was doing other things?
Like what?
I don't know.
I'm not sure what
you're the fan. Like, you want to see him on Raw, or you wish he was doing other things?
It's hard to say, dude. It depends on what.
I don't know. Like, bring back the TV show or what?
I don't know.
Or you don't mind him doing commercials and doing guest appearances on Raw, or do you wish that there's something out there you wish he was doing?
The only thing I wish Ozzy was doing is I would love to see.
I mean, he's done it all. I don't know. That's why I don't really have an answer for you when you say like what. He's pretty much done it all.
I would say the only thing I would want Ozzy to do, which he's not currently doing, is make a new album with Sabbath, which is probably never going to happen because of the lawsuit with Tony and whatever, you know. And then when people heard that, they were like, what the fuck's he suing them for? But then Ozzy's answer was, well, we all have kids. And it's like, if Tony owns the name, well, who's to say what his kids are going to do with the name, which is going to affect my grandchildren and Bill's grandchildren? It's like, it sounds like, oh, he's just being a money whore, but he's not. He's thinking of fucking, he's thinking.
Right.
So I don't know, to answer a tough question, but I don't mind him doing this stuff. It's like, it's harmless. It's like when he's in Trick or Treat with fucking Mark Price, he played a preacher who was anti-rock and roll. You know what I mean? And I remember back then, in the early 80s, people were like, he's fucking in a movie. It's like, it's just different now for musicians than it was 20 years ago.
All right. Wow.
Do you remember years ago if they used your music in a commercial, you were a sellout?
Oh, yeah.
Years ago,
that
if
was a
they
big
used
thing.
your music in a commercial, you were a sellout.
Now it's cool.
Now it's fine.
Yeah.
That's just another way to market your music.
People, they
times have
want
changed.
their songs.
Metallica was a sellout because Lars didn't want his music being stolen. And all of a sudden, you know what? It revolutionized fucking the way we buy music. Because all Lars was being a dick because he didn't want to put out a product that people just stole.
Yeah. What a dick.
Yeah.
I was pissed when Napster went fucking from being just a free place to go and get music to pay service. I was like, fuck, man.
Yeah, but we were all stupid because we weren't thinking about the other side where, wait, if we continue to get all our music for free, there's going to be no business for these guys.
I know.
And we're not going to have any cool music to listen to.
You don't really look at the big picture.
We didn't want to acknowledge that part of it.
You don't look at the big picture.
We just assumed
I'm getting free too.
We just wanted them to keep putting out their music. And we would buy it and we would get it for free.
Like back at NEW, we used to use Napster to just play songs like that weren't in the catalog.
Of course.
You know, instead of running to the big WNEW huge rock catalog, what if we needed like a classical song or something like that? It was chicka 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 chicka, get some Napster fucking thing and just
seconds.
play it on the air.
Yeah.
Which is even worse.
All right, I think everyone made their point. I mean, the phone's just still ringing off the hook here.
That's a big thing for people. It's like people call you a sellout if you collaborate musically with somebody else. Remember Aerosmith? They were sellouts because they collaborated with Run DMC and did that crossover song. It's like just that word gets thrown around. It really bugs me.
And they didn't sell out until probably like 1990. Then they completely sold.